One's life begins to change when their desires transform into concrete actions. You're listening to the Desire to Be podcast, where your desires for your life and relationships become your mastery. I'm your host, Devora Goldberg, and thank you for joining. She came out of a meditative session with me, not longer than 20 minutes, and I asked her how she felt. She said that her womb was no longer feeling like it was on fire. She described it as being the color of ocean blue, clear, loving, soft, relaxed. See, before the meditation began, that same womb was on fire. It was burning. It was in pain. And she didn't know what to do to make it go away. She also confirmed that medically there was nothing wrong with her, and yet she was still left in so much discomfort. During the meditation session, when her mind and her heart were out of the here and now, in a completely different space, I guided her to release the stress that she was holding within. By the way, it's all with the power of the mind. Once it was released out of her, and her womb felt lighter, she asked her body what it needed most from her. The answer she felt in her body was to be felt and heard, to be loved. Please, please, it begged, stop punishing me. I guided her to take another long, deep breath. She was clear of the pain. She felt that she was clear of the pain of unworthiness, the feeling of not being able to hold down long-term loving relationships. She was free of the pain of family members cutting her out, the feeling that she actually deserved it. So although she was experiencing this pain, she allowed herself to feel that she deserved it somehow, for some reason. She must have done something really wrong, and God was punishing her for it. And she shoved that punishment down within. It sat in her womb as it cried out in burning pain for holding onto these feelings of unworthiness. At least she thought, I'm not going to wear it on my face. For others, I'll put on a smile. Seemingly everything is good. And yet, her womb continued to burn. See, before I begin my guided meditations, I ask my client to describe which stressors they would like to release. And not only that, but where in their body do they need to release it from? Because, my friends, our bodies don't lie. Our minds can concoct a story that we're strong, we can handle it, we have a life to live, while our bodies will send us sensations right away. And when the pain doesn't feel right, when that organ wants to function properly again, it will tell us. And when we ignore it, and when we push it down, it will tell us again. Now, there are two types of people in this world: those who listen to their body and those who don't. You either fit into one of these boxes. Now, once my clients train themselves to listen to their bodies and release the stress from within during meditation, their life begins to change because they start operating from a different frequency, a frequency of being guided by their inner soul and connected to their bodies. Now, why does it work so well during meditation? It's because that's a time and space where we quiet the mind. We quiet the body. We become disassociated from the here and now, and we enter a space of the soul. We enter a space of higher consciousness. Now, if you haven't experienced this yet, check out my episode on the Desire to Be podcast, where I guide my listeners to one of my inner release meditations. I'm going to drop the link to that episode in the show notes. It's in this episode where I guide my listeners to one of my inner release meditations. The background music is specifically chosen to bring you to a zone outside of the here and now, where you aren't faced with your pain. You're not faced with your anger, your frustrations, or your worry. And it's in this space that you get to release. Just let it go. Let it go with ease. With the visuals that I guide you with, you'll be able to release even easier. Many clients see different colors coursing through their body once the stress is released. Literally, not figuratively, but actually feeling in their bodies that there's a new energy coursing within. It's this inner experience listening to and following your inner guidance within. And again, why is this even important? Because the life that we experience down here is actually 0.001 of the reality that actually is. See, we think that our reality is what we can see, smell, taste, and hear, and touch. But the reality is more than that. The reality is the 99.999% of the energy of our actual world. That's the place that we should be visiting. That's the place that we should be hanging out in and seeing our life through that lens, experiencing it more through there, and seeing how we can manifest it. And when we experience life through that lens, then we get to draw that experience also down here into our physical world, our physical space. So when you find yourself efforting down here, trying to fix problems that you're in, my friend, you're working too hard. There is an easier way. In the space of meditation, you're not focused on the here and now. You're focused on the space outside of your body, the 99.999% of energy that makes up our world as we see it. It's in this space that we allow the solution, the life, the being who we want to show up as to actually occur, actually happen. Draw this experience in before it's manifested, before it actually happens, and watch the goodness, and watch the solutions, watch your greatness unfold, watch the pain dissipate, and feel yourself like you're in a better space. It's actually how this world was created. First, to have the experience, first to feel the energy, and then to experience how it's manifested in the here and now. So, what is one area of your life that you feel yourself efforting too much? What's one area where you just can't let go of the pain, the worry? You feel scared, you're trying too hard, and yet you still feel in the dumps. You know there's more. You know there's an answer. You know there's an easier way, but you just haven't reached it yet. Reach out to me, helping people just like yourself. And I want to help you too. 2024 is the year to emerge into the real you, to feel unstuck, to feel free, to experience the life that you were meant to be living down here. If you want to know more, if you've got questions, DM me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Find me on Facebook and LinkedIn. My name is Devora Goldberg. Instagram, you'll find me. My handle is at its.devoragoldberg. Or comment on this episode to book your free complimentary call now. What a great episode. Thank you for being here. I truly, truly appreciate you. I'd love for you to tap 5 stars and let me know what resonated. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn under my name, Devora Goldberg. That's where I give you more content. That's where we're able to engage even further. Until next episode, stay safe and be well.